As a police force, we have over 1,000 police officers and in the region of 800 police staff. So like any major employer, you need that organisation to support the whole business. So as well as police officers, we have staff who work in roles in human resources and finance, managing the fleet of police cars, in training and learning and development, the business support areas, making sure that the police stations all operate effectively, our police community support officers, and lots of other roles as well. We have a special constabulary, and they are volunteer police officers, so they have the full powers of a police officer, but they're dedicating their time to policing their communities. We also have a number of police support volunteers as well. We have a couple of routes into Warwickshire Police. The first one is the Police Constable Degree Apprenticeship programme, and that is a 3-year scheme where you will train to be a police officer first and foremost, but additionally there will be allocated time for you to do academic study, and by the end of that 3 years you will have also achieved a degree in professional policing practice. And this is a fully funded degree programme. The second route is for those people who've already been to university and hold a degree, and it can be in any subject. Our degree holder entry programme is a 2-year course, and you again train to become a police officer in the normal way, but you will also undertake some academic study, and at the end of it you will have achieved a diploma in professional policing practice. Again, it's fully funded and you're paid as a police officer a salary throughout. You have a guaranteed job at the end of it. So by the time you put on your uniform, you've really achieved a lot in that time, because you've shown consistently that you are a very talented and skillful person. Society is made up of lots of different people from all different backgrounds and walks of life. So it's very important that for us to be able to deliver effective policing, we also have that diversity within our force. And my role in particular is to encourage people to see policing as that career option for them, or working for Warwickshire Police as a career option, that they may think it's not for them, and I'd like people to have the courage to explore those options and challenge themselves. Roles that we have available are promoted on our website, that's warwickshire.police.uk/careers, and also the OPCC have their website, and they will be keen to hear from anyone who would like to be part of their programmes, so there is a website there as well.
So I work with the mental health street triage team for Warwickshire Police, and I work with a trained mental health NHS nurse. So we go around to 999 calls where someone's in distress or having a mental health episode, and we do our best to sort of alleviate the pressures from the police force and put the onus more so on the NHS and what we can provide medically. I wanted the responsibility of knowing that I've made a difference somewhere in the world and ensuring that people are safe. That's what it's all about, and that's why I joined. I was so bored sitting at a desk all day. I wanted to be out and about and active, getting to drive police cars. That's the most fun bit. What drew me to Warwickshire Police rather than the forces sort of around the county was how much they celebrated diversity and inclusion. That was really important to me. I had 16 weeks of initial training. That was fun. There was about 20 of us in a cohort, and it was lots of group sessions and working through the law, legislation, as well as then going all the way to role plays. You see the police force as this regimental sort of service, this old school public service, but when you join and you're in, you get treated as family, which is absolutely great. It's like a family from home.
So I dropped out of university when I found out I'd got the job, and started as a PCDA officer. And kind of the motivation for me from wanting to be a PCDA officer was that I still get that degree that I just dropped out of, except I don't get the university debt, and they're also paying me to do it, so it's kind of win-win for that. Yesterday we had a situation where there was a public order offence in a pub, and we had maybe 15 specials come in to role play, and instantly, as soon as we walked into the pub, the lights were off, they had music playing, they all had like fake drinks in their hand, and they all just started kicking off, and we were in groups of 4 or 5, and we just had to deal with it. But it was just so exciting, and it gives you that buzz of like dealing with an incident, but you also know that you're kind of helping people out by doing that. I've got ambition to try and become a sergeant, and I would also quite like to branch off into firearms, purely because I think it seems like a very exciting role from what I know of it so far, and you're responding to more severe incidents, so you're kind of getting a bit more hands-on, having to deal with more serious things.
I was at Crufts last year and saw Westminster with the police dogs and mentioned to my family, I said, that's a really cool career and I wanted to do something different. And they were like, just go for it. You answer some questions online and things. Then we went into an online assessment centre, which was sort of a written exercise, a bit of an interview, a situational judgment test, which is sort of giving an example, something like, oh, somebody's in the canal, what are you going to do? And they give you a load of options and you pick the one that's best for it. We get a degree, I think it's in policing professional practices, and it's at the moment it's all done online, but in the end we'll get a bachelor's at the end of the 3 years, and we'll also get all of our basic training and go out on patrol as officers as usual. So it's good work, but it's hard as well. Honestly, it's working with people who are so similar. I think we've all got our own kind of like drive and slight stubbornness, and I think you need that to be a police officer, but also everyone's got the same kind of sense of humour. We've all got a lot of energy, and it's nice to do a job where you can sort of come in and want to stay there longer. So a lot of evenings people used to stay and do the bleep test, to practice for the bleep test. It's weird. It doesn't feel like a job at the moment. It just feels like a really strange kind of like training holiday thing, which is quite cool. I've quite liked the sort of investigation into murders or terrorism or something like that, the really intense stuff. But it might be that I do a rotation with traffic and I decide I want to join traffic. But yeah, for now I really want to focus on my officer role and really try and get as much experience and training and stuff done in that, and kind of be the best officer that I can be eventually.